Welcome. This is my dub techno session number 34. I really like it. This is from internet. So I'm just gonna do my thing. Do me.
songs have that times filled up, that's what I express. It's in the very nature of I and my songs. In the nature and how I see it. Hey. So, when people ask why my songs have that times filled up, that's what I express. It's in the very nature of my songs. In the nature and how I see it. So.
Beautiful. You're watching Sound Surfing by Sandram. I'm playing Dub Techno session number 34 from Dub Elements. And I'm going deep into it. endorsed.
Let's look now at our radar.
Welcome to Quantum Drumming. This is performance lasted 1 hour 24 minutes 50 seconds, and this is drumming live and DJing at the same time. It's pretty new art form. I've been developing only 20 years. So my name is Sandra. I'm Lifecat, LIVECA7. If you like what you see and hear, share with your friends and like. I would appreciate it. I'm doing it not for reward outside, but I'm doing it just for fun and research, health, musicianship. And this is my controller. It's a DJ mixer. My drum set built as a DJ mixer with section A, section B, and mixing center in the middle. I would even call section A in the middle, mixing center, section B on the left, and section C. Probably that's what I mean, because middle pillar is the same thing, which is 3-pillar system from Kibalan. But it doesn't matter sometimes exactly how we name things, as long as people understand what is it. And it is the first real attempt to musically blend DJing and drumming for long periods of time, which is pretty much like marathon. Let's say I wouldn't run for 48 miles, not my thing. And I would not push the bike pedals for 50 miles, not my thing either. I like bike, I like running sometimes, but what I love to do is playing drums. So I turn my drum set into DJ mixer, which you physically impact and control with 4 limbs. Regular DJs using usually only 2 limbs and fingers. And this system in quantum DJ system should be 4 inputs coming from human body, which is legs, which brings up this device to level of church organ. Church organ has huge system of pedals. Every professional church organ players, which not many, have to learn how to use synchronized with hands. So this process very, very, very sophisticated with long training. However, with drums it can be easier as long as we understand that our main thing is to have fun and color the music with my own colors. That's why my sticks look like paintbrushes. They're also big and soft, and they make a very nice sublime noise. And I usually use 3 different sounds in these settings, which stands in my apartment. And I have special pillow on a bass drum. And my tom-toms and 5 snare drums in 2 floor toms, which are symmetrical here in specific order of 5, pentagram here and here, is covered as a Ringo Starr drum set Only one difference, he had white sheets on AB Road, and I have black sheets. Black, red, gold, white. This is my main colors. It's Vedic colors coming from generations ago. I just feel they look cool. And right in the middle I have hi-hat, which is I call sun. And the main part of this hi-hat is actually a rubber ball on top, which represents sun, and it represents with small self-made splash hi-hat. It's a 10-inch B8 Sabian with some Zildjian 6-inch splash downstairs. It makes really cool sound similar to 909 hi-hat, and usually it's tight and tuned, and I can tune all my hi-hats like this. To certain tones, and they usually stay there like crotales. So what I'm gonna do next is keep playing, because that's how I work in front of my computer. I'm coding extensive mix, and dub techno is my favorite type of music to play. It has precise timing, like in jazz. It has beautiful form and beautiful sounds, beautiful producers making this music. So that's how we're gonna beat click track. We're gonna use it as our backing tracks. This way we not just practice our routine, but also create music while we're practicing our routine. And did I mention it's actually also really good for health? It's an exercise machine at the same time. So let's go with dub techno, dub elements. There is no number on this one. Only can I see LP with smiling girl there. That's pretty rare picture for dub techno. On my iPod, I have also another program where I DJ original music. I have additional sounds. Also, I have 64 sounds loaded here. Innovation Launchpad Pro. I love this company. Innovation. Great controllers. So let's go and fly again. By the way, previous set of hour and a half went for me like 5 minutes. So that's why I call quantum drumming. Time disappears when you're having fun. painting three-dimensional pictures of sound inside of Taurus. Enjoy the ride with me. yoga requires much traditional grip. Okay, we gotta switch format now a little bit. That's how I feel like it. And what I'm gonna do is play my original tune Sundown, Ocean. And some collection there. And Live Cat. Good. So this collection was great. So it's been a really pleasure to play this kind of music, and now I'm gonna switch format into playing my original tunes from Live Cat at Sundrum TV channel. And what we got here? My channel, and I will start with Sundrum Ocean. Oh, I got 2 more subscribers from yesterday. Nice. For approaching 350. That's good. Like that. Appreciate that. Thank you for watching. I have only like 10 more minutes left because I stream through my iPhone, and it needs to be charged every like hour of streaming. Takes lots of energy. But this way I'm running audio from Mixer, Soundcraft Multitrack 12. Great mixer. So Sundrum Motion, it's my work I did with combining symphony orchestra from Vienna, sampling library, tribal rhythms from, tribal drums from Japan, taiko drums, and electronic sounds. And arranged it to Sundrum Ocean, which is like open composition in triplet form. It's great to listen, great to write with it, great to jam with it, great to exercise with it. Basically, the main thing I'm doing is using pre-recorded EDM music as a click track, but it's much more interesting than play to click track, and it helps me to develop music styles and actually learn how to DJ, which is I'm getting better at. So new type of art is emerging. It's called sound surfing. I came up with this idea because I'm in California right now. Lots of people surf here on the waves, but it takes really courage to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and wait a wave at 5 o'clock in the morning in cold suit. All right, no, I'm not doing that. So I rather surf the sound, which is on computer music I love. but I'm doing full body experience, and it's very difficult to maintain synchronization with tracks through all physical body. Difficult on many ways, but also when it's right, it's no rush comparable, including, I believe, rush of real surfing, even though I never was there, so I cannot judge. So this is my version of surfing. Let's go with the flow and Sandra Motion on my channel. Sandra Motion. I love ocean. Okay. I'm on third floor and I can hear garage downstairs. But that's alright, sounds like a good car to me. Alright, my phone needs to be charged now. I don't want to lose you. So it's gonna be just microphone only, which is not much sound. But at least I'll play a little bit longer with speakers. Something dropped. Alright, so we still on the air, and I'm turning on speakers. Alright, so that was end of my composition Sangam. I will play it from the beginning on just acoustic sound through phone, and then I'll switch to, well, the phone is charging, so I will be back online for sure in 20 minutes or so when the phone gets charged, maybe more than that, but it takes 40 minutes to recharge my phone. Streaming takes lots of energy, so let's roll one more time from the beginning. Man, well, since I have this technical thing, I have to stop playing, but I can talk with you since you're here. I can pull up on internet and chat with you if you like. I see three of you. I'm happy to see you. So let's chat. Yeah, let's chat, and I promise to simplify what I'm talking about, because my latest problem is I found out lots of interesting things and I just keep talking about those. But in essence, what I'm doing is remixing live as a DJ and composer and drummer and musician and performer, pretty much anything from internet. Yeah, I see one person left in the building, so welcome. What you see behind is called Sandram Taurus. It's a construction. It looks like airplane with bass drum right in the middle, as you can see. So it's symmetrical system. And I had to go this complex way to simply achieve the goal of blending, musical blending, musical, of live drum tracks. Don't get me wrong. It's very difficult to do with specific sounds of electronic music. However, when it's done right, the reward is unbelievable. Number one, you create new music. You create new version of the tune you hear, and you put something on top of it. And depending on your skill and talent and form development, musical development, you can come up with your own version of somebody else's work, which is called remix. Usually it takes lots and lots of hours to make remix on computer, and I've done that. And to me personally, the process is very boring because I like to play, like all musicians or drummers. But instead of relying only on live people who sometimes don't show up, or they don't play good enough, or they don't want to play, you want to play, there's always problems when you play with live people, even though it's fantastic when it goes right as well. So now we have new tools. It's called metronome, which helps us to get better musicianship on our instruments, but also I use electronic music as a metronome. Originally I started doing that because it don't change when I play to it, so I have to really stretch myself and learn how to play with metronome in the musical way. And slowly but surely, when I started in 2006 in Los Angeles, I called this process redrums. Redrums meaning remix with drums. So what you see in the back is a huge DJ mixer, which I organized. It has 10 hi-hats in geometrical position. They're tunable. It has 5 snare drums, 2 floor tones, 4 tom tones. They're all muted. They're all muted because this is my apartment and I don't want to bother neighbors much with loud sounds. And I do use special sticks. It's called Magic Power Sticks. It's also my design, which are soft. They have soft handles and they have soft tips. So it's practically noiseless. I just crank up the volume and I can play for hours without bothering anyone. So it also creates very interesting sound textures. My hi-hat system is tuned like a piano. It has specific pitch sounds and it works. I play melodies, I play different combinations of paradiddles, sequences, so at the same time this set is my real-time sequencer. What is benefits of this? Well, first of all, it's lots of fun to really immerse yourself in great track and great headphones. I'm using headphones, high-grade headphones. They call blue headphones. They're expensive, but they give me a really nice mix. So I really feel like I'm playing with great band, you know. So that's a feeling I get. And then I immerse with my full body experience behind the drum set. As you know, that's what drum set does. You have 4 limbs. It's called 4-way coordination, and you have to coordinate your motion exactly with tempo of the track and match frequencies, align your own frequencies as close as possible, which that's where secret is of development. It's super hard to do, but once you grab it for a moment, you can expand your scale for longer, and now I can play 2-3 hours on a drum set. Hello. It's only John Bonham was able to do that in Led Zeppelin, but he was 20 years old or 26. This year I'm 64. Just got my birthday, 19th of January. And this is the best time of my life I'm feeling. While lots of people who play drums of my age or used to play drums, they stop playing drums for whatever reason, maybe injuries, or got bored with it, or just didn't feel development, or simply got sick. And yes, there is always danger in specific diets and our lifestyles. However, drums always helping me to feel better and develop my body a certain way. So I decided, besides music instrument and DJ equipment, turn my drum set into workout machine. When you sit on a huge set like this and hold hands and playing brushes with brushes on opposite sides, that builds your upper muscles really good, and also you transfer energy. It's like waves, right? You making your hands unfold, deliver the sound to beautiful cymbals I have, and I have many of them. And I like them all. Zildjian, Paisti, Istanbul, whoever makes cymbals, any cymbals, I love their stuff. It's very nice, transparent. What I did is super original. I decided to dedicate my drum set to mainly cymbal sound and hi-hat sound. Why? Because I love to play grooves. I love to play kick, snare, and hi-hats. If you do that just with one hi-hat, your body gonna be staying in the same position. So eventually, you're gonna run into problems of boredom. You're just doing the same thing, you know, you love to play grooves, but it's the same muscles. It's like going to the gym with 50 different machines and use only one. Just one machine, and also asymmetrical machine. Having hi-hat on the left and play with right hand is so uncomfortable and so bad for you. I cannot even start talking this way. So open-handed drumming was introduced by Steve Gadd in on a huge scale in 80s, in beginning of 80s, end of 70s. So we're talking about 53 years at least, or 55 years of brilliant musician delivered to the world. Disco styles, funk, groove, out of this world, jazz, whatever. He is amazing inspiration. And what he did, he pioneered open-handed creation of the beats. So he was very artistic, and also he did take lessons from Buddy Rich. And also he did had talent of tapping, which was huge thing back then. So he started as a tap dancer at 5 years old and drummer, because his father supported him really good with music development. His father was also is a jazz pianist or drummer, I don't remember. So he is from Italian family who loved music, and they really got him going. So Steve Gadd pretty much created sound, created groove, created styles, which to that day used by EDM. Bee Gees recordings, famous Bee Gees, all kinds of stuff. Paul McCartney, Paul Simon, everywhere he's a Mr. Groove, he's God of the groove. So, open-handed drumming, that's a set I'm doing. And what I did discover during my conscious 45-year research in drums and drumming and development some musical and scientific ideas, and also physical ideas, I discovered a missing link. I discovered missing link. Actually, I discovered few missing links. And I think that's going to be my new format right now. While I'm charging phone, I'm going to be talking with you. I'm going to show what I invented. Because it's 21st century, guys and girls. I really still playing last century music. I don't know if I like that idea to play last century music forever. Either it can be jazz or rock or metal. It's all last century music. So there's few missing links. In 21st century I discovered. And I was born in 1959, perfect time. I learned everything from last century music, the best music. And also always keep in touch with electronics, with computers. My biggest dream 45 years ago was to play with sequencer. this machine, and I play drum set with it. Turned out to be, I was not ready. I had to learn how to play with my first electric metronome, and then completely disregarded for a while because I couldn't play with metronome, and then realized, wow, if I restructure my drum set and restructure the way I play, I might be able to do that. Because it's very hard to match, even in short time, like 3, 4, 5 minutes, precision of pre-recorded music. It's like copy Michelangelo in real time, in 5 seconds. I don't know if you understand this kind of comparison, but Mona Lisa, you know, beautiful creation, so you get skill to create Mona Lisa exactly the way Leonardo did in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but it looks exactly like Leonardo, Mona Lisa. And of course, lots of people spend lifetime doing that. That's called fake Mona Lisas, and they sold some of them. But it takes long time. So as fake grooves of production, remixes made on computer, it takes a long time. I would call it fake, it's artistic, but it's pretty much what I did is created know-how and technique how to seamlessly match and blend the sounds with electronic music, bar none. What does it do? For me, and possibly for you. First of all, it's very, very good for your health. I would call it. It's organic time. When you play to music generated by computer for a long period of time, and if you do it correctly, you regenerate your body energy, you regenerate your mood, you regenerate your ideas, you really like open up new world for yourself. Wow, you kind of enter in with all your body experience, mind and soul, into creation of somebody else and physically operating inside of it. That's what it is. It does look simple from outside because I don't have any faces like this or efforts that I'm so cool, I'm doing super fun stuff. I just paint with my brushes pictures with sound, and that's how I hold sticks like this. This is my missing link I discovered. What it is, it's called matched traditional grip. Whatever book you're gonna see right-handed traditional grip, which looks like this. You know that, right? If you play drums. If you don't, you can Google it. This is left-hand traditional grip, and there is many reasons people still play on like this. Most of people use a matched grip with palms down because they think it gives them advantage in power and speed, and that's where they're completely wrong. More you play this way, more you run down your body. I know that for the fact because I went through different phases of development many times, and it was absolutely unhealthy to push over the limits if you play only this way. Why? Because it uses 35 muscles per side of your body. So we have right-handed traditional grip, hello, right? And people who play like this, like Stuart Copeland and Steve Gadd and Vinny Colaiuta, they have 50-year careers doing that, and they still playing the huge shows. Okay, so something is in this hand, including Charlie Watts, who just recently passed away. Rest in peace, Charlie. He lifted his band. I was playing with his band, the simplistic style. He never changed it. When Ringo played with Beatles, they were rivals, sort of. And Charlie was listening to advice of his roadie. He switched to traditional grip and never changed it. What we have as a result, that Beatles exploded and disappeared as a band about more than 40 years ago, in 70 or something like that. I don't know, I don't remember. And I love Beatles. And Charlie Watts keep playing with the band, and they still playing because his replacement is Mr. I believe Steve Jordan, incredible drummer who completely in sync with what Charlie was doing. He's a cat from New York who was playing also with Keith Richards in Expensive Vinyls. Also, he was playing in Dale Letterman show before Anton Fee. All right, so let us think that when you hold stick like this, and let me show the regular stick, right? There is some kind of secret advantage there because it is. Numbers show, videos shows, respect shows, and what people do now, like they said, you are as good as your last gig, and they keep playing at 75, 72, or 80. Steve Gadd right now 77, and he playing right now on tour with Steve Gadd band. Definitely something scientists scratching their head about longevity of good musicians. Also, there is other examples like people who were playing French grip and heavy metal, like Joey Jordison. He died from really bad spine disease, myelitis, in pain, not so long ago. And I studied his playing, and he played exclusively this way or that way, something like that. So as Bill Bruford, and both of them, well, unfortunately, Jerry Jordison died from sickness. And incredible drummer from group Yes, Bill Bruford, and group King Crimson, who pioneered different setups and pioneered playing in rock with this precision grip. Well, he quit playing professional drums not so long ago. I'm not going to judge why, but I have suspected that he just gave up finding the right feel, all these things like that. So what we have missing in drummers development is what I called, let's recap. This is traditional grip, right-handed, left-handed traditional grip, much grip palms down, and that's it. There is one more. It's called matched traditional grip, which came as combination of right-handed traditional grip and left-handed traditional grip. So I would call matched traditional grip in a way of matched convenient grip. So I'm trying to be methodic and academical here. So we are into discovery. I'm gonna be contacting and sending this information to Mr. Don Familara, who is an incredible human being, and he is advocate of open-handed drumming, and he is one of the best in the world specialists in drumming, who recently recovered from pancreatic cancer. That kind of cancer killed Steve Jobs, and within 1 year or so, yes, and it's known fact, and we all happy for Don Familara, all drum community, because everybody loves his kindred spirit and kindness and smile and energy. So Don Familara is in touch with me, and it is big burden for me right now to deliver discovery, because there is lots of naysayers, haters too, as usual. I'm ready for that. But what I really enjoy right now doing exactly what I'm doing for past 3 or 4 hours, that's how I wake up. In the morning, I'm doing my different favorite thing, playing drums in my apartment. It's very cost effective too, and yes, sound is different, but it made me better player and better producer to actually discover new tones of muted tuned hi-hats, muted drums, where your precision of movement is the leading point of balanced music performance. And that's where we get into quantum theory and quantum drumming thing, because that's a name for this system, quantum drumming. What can be done with quantum drumming? DJing with seamless beat matching on 3-dimensional huge drum sets. That's what can be done. And within maybe really roughly 20 years of development, this system is complete. It's complete with design itself, as a Sandram Taurus behind me. Also, what you do with this, you sound surf. Let's start with fun. We all like to play. So the biggest benefit that you actually, when you hear the track and you learn technique how to serve the sound correctly with 2 hands, or 2 hands and 2 legs, or 2 hands, 1 leg. Preferably you should have 2 pedals, because we walk symmetrically. So symmetry is a cornerstone of this system. See, I'm obsessed with symmetry, and you know what? It's working. I discovered that my scoliosis I used to have for years really disappearing, and it helps me to play better and better every day. And that's at 64, that's a nice present. So when I changed my motivation from impressing someone to actually having fun playing drum set, that's when I became healthier and more creative. So missing link, again, I call it match traditional grip. Please comment on this video if you're watching it, and let's decide how to call it. I know lots of drummers out there, they can't play because they can make noise, but yes, you can sound surf. Why it's possible? Because tools I created, they're actually quiet. You're using tactile information, you're using headphones, and you feel where your body is. And the more you do it, it's more becoming fun. That's what sound surfing. Okay, so usually I use exclusively wooden sticks, plastic sticks. After that, some brushes, and they all exclusively have special soft grips. What I do, they protect my hands because I play all the time, every day for hours. I think I have addiction, but it's healthy addiction, it's not killing me. I used to have unhealthy addiction playing with this kind of stuff, and that was killing me. Killing my joints, killing my nerves, killing my consciousness, and I was so good at overriding my limits of my body that I wasn't shut down many times until I realized, wait a second, I gotta change something. My biggest change came in about 2009. That's when I invented magic power sticks, sticks with handles. So what I did is I realized when I grab toy baseball bats and start playing, holding other side of baseball bats, bigger one, my hand from feeling stressed and squeezed felt so good. So I decided, okay, let's put a piece of foam right here. And I know what you're gonna say. Lots of grip concepts fail miserably, and I explain you why, rightfully so. People refuse using grips. It's been invented many times, public just not buying it, including mine. Nobody really from professional drummers got into my system yet. Why? Because I had to discover this missing link. Matched traditional grip. I had to discover it. When I start playing hour after hour, day after day, this way, that's all my body went to complete shutdown, to my surprise. I would have mental problems and physical problems, partly because where I ate, but partly I realized by putting on wood sticks protection foam made me play with 35 muscles per side, 3 or 4 times more than I usually would play with wood sticks, because it didn't hurt me in hands, but it was really overriding my core. So I got sick many times from some strange illnesses, or not wellnesses, I guess. And after I realized, every time I turn into holding sticks like this, my core feels much better, and connection of coordination through my brain of right and left hand and right and left leg, crisscross or parallel, is much cohesive, much better. I can contact and roll the beat. So that's a main advantage of huge drum set or small drum set. If you know what you're doing, you can synchronize your right and left side, and you can do whatever you want with kick and snare, play triplets, play paradiddles, 16 notes at any speed. That's called four-way coordination. And four-way coordination is the most difficult discipline. It's comparable to Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Taekwondo. It's an art form. And I'm proposing that to move forward with music and seamlessly blend human performance, we need to look into additional technique, which is I called matched traditional grip. I have 2 permutations of matched traditional grip. One is actually 3. One is body reach, when stick goes in between ring finger and middle finger, and it sinks a little bit in. And what's big advantage in my grips right now, whenever I use traditional grip, it don't hurt my fingers. But motion itself, much more simpler, and it takes only 5 muscles per side, plus biceps supporting my sticks as a system. So I have right muscles working at the right time, at the right place. That's basically the case. Like Mozart said, well, I don't do anything special. I just play right notes at the right time. And that's what I'm doing. Only one thing, he played with his hands, and I play with my hands and legs, which creates full body experience. So I'm proposing this method, and 3 different flavors. As everything, we can have it tight, we can have it open. Tight is like this, and we can have it this direction, or we can reverse and play this way. So there is 180 degrees for each side, reversible action going on. See, it makes this V sign, Venya, that's my first name. Venya Sangram, or victory, right? So from that shape, it goes to that shape. Horizontal, see? This muscle sits on top of your hand, and when you play in this position, palms up, muscles in the bottom of your head. So this is my latest discovery, that actually I'm learning how to play and use combination now, without changing the grip into this one, which actually a huge relief for me, because something I've been missing. When you play this way only, it's good to stretch, but it's really kind of tough to stretch farther away. Moment I actually switch, my hands switch this way, I can balance like on tightrope and play rhythms, paradiddles together or separate. So that was first permutation with tips of the fingers and first knuckle touching this, so it's a system to hold stuff together. Lots of mudras from India I was looking through, and one of the mudra is called Om mudra, which is like this. So I hold my sticks like this. At some point, when I play for 2-3 hours, it's different muscles. Now this is also mechanical, it's called jump. See? It's actually controlling and letting stick go up and down, leaving my fingers. Then next one is holding it by the tips, or holding it deeper. That's what body reach was recommended. It goes deep right here. And next one is Stuart Copeland addition. Stuart Copeland was famous for playing with his left hand, holding stick with pointed finger, thumb, and middle finger. So it's kind of like holding the pen. That's how he played all the time during police time, and even now, most of the time. Even though I notice him holding stick like this lately. But his right hand, even his lefty, is just going and playing cymbals or hi-hat, so he's not. So basically, what he is very strong with about his backbeat. He has very powerful and timed, very well timed backbeat. Why? Because he's left-handed and he famous for his snare drum sound. So he was very comfortable to propel da 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 da. So he actually counts up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down with his left hand. And of course he's playing like super mad speed hi-hat, which always felt to me rushed. And eventually I was right, because police, I heard the rumors that it split because Stewart, even though he's a great creator and great drummer, he was criminally speeding up every tune during his live gigs with police, probably because of this technique. So what I did with my technique, I just doubled grip, and here it is, matched traditional grip. Please let it sink in your brain. For the past 3 hours I've been playing behind a drum set, matching every beat of the electronic recording with my legs and hands, and having really fun doing that, creating and recreating different beats, new music. So this is, I realized this is new type of encoding of 3D space with my sounds and rhythms, which being recorded at the same time to camera as a document and art form, as a picture, moving picture, and sound. So physical body experience, body language becomes apparently visual. So light and sound together, which is creation. And it looks really, it looks and sounds really epic, because it is. You feel really good when you're doing this way. But again, I'm warning you, it's not for everybody. It's just for people who love, keep moving, keep inventing, and also feel good. You know, everybody wanna feel good, but they keep doing same things which were killing them eventually. They keep doing same things same way. So there is a way to do different things same way. Then you're gonna run again into the same problem, physical problem. You get bored, whatever. But if you do different things different way, or same things different way, that's where treasure is, you know. And the reason I'm doing this, because nobody doing it. So where treasure is, where nobody is looking, where? Well, new music, I love it. New day, I love it. And I have a bunch of instruments behind me, creating music from my heart. And at the same time, creating and recreating myself, my own health. So this is really what it's about. Sound surfing, quantum drumming, it's weight loss program. I lost 100 pounds within past 3 years, which I'm super happy. Of course, this is not only because I'm playing this way, but it helps for sure. And my diet is carnivore diet and keto diet, and I eat 1 meal a day. Just about 2 or 3 hours later, I'm gonna eat 1 meal a day, and all day I don't eat. I just play drums and I play bulletproof coffee. Cheers. No sugar for me, thank you. Bulletproof coffee is butter. I put a little thyme and Tibetan salt and pepper. Now you know everything. That's my superpower secret of energy. Anyway, let me get offline. That was lots of fun. I found it's more rewarding to speak on internet rather than speak to people in person. Because people who don't like what I'm saying, they're just gonna tune out, and I'm gonna keep talking. You know, it's very important to express ideas, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right, or maybe I'm somewhere wrong, somewhere right. But what is really cool about music, if it don't sound good, if it don't look good, then it have to be worked at. Something have to change. And on that note, guess what? Because I already charged my phone, a surprise for you. I'm gonna play some more. Okay? And that's gonna be my new format. I'll play, I'll talk while I'm charging, and then I play. Let's see, maybe another 20 minutes or so. I still have it, so. Surprise! Because I have to play for you my composition Sandram Live Cat Heaven. It's based on paradiddles. It's really good for exercising paradiddles. So there you are. We're gonna take this cable from my phone and plug in the sound. I think that's how I'm gonna get more people watching me, because instead of just doing my thing, recording and then doing videos, which I'm gonna do anyway, but this is my way to document what I'm doing per day. There you go. Great music, YouTube music channel. Live Cat Heaven. Here it is, sound check. Yeah. Getting behind my steering wheels here. I have 10 of them, 10 hi-hats. Did you ever see anyone with 10 hi-hats? Me neither. But they're here for a reason. So this collection gonna be super. Let me adjust sound. From the top. Mix have to be just right, so it takes being engineer to do what I do as well, sound engineer and producer, so it's very complex skill. I'm not bragging, I'm just warning you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is start again. You already got familiar with this piece of music, and I recorded it with my sticks also on my system called Music Table. It sounds pretty a little bit, it sounds mellow, but then it get crazy, but then it's it's fun part of my discoveries, you know. Still, what I'm doing right now, it's my original piece. First of all, nobody will block me for using this on online. Second, some people will get introduced to my music and maybe start listening more. And but also, it's my click track. Every day I play to it, and it's getting better. I'm getting new versions, and that's how I train equally my right, left side brain signals, and even weight of legs, and position of spine, and weight of right and left hand. Everything is very important in this. So it's balancing out, literally. That's what it looks like. Tight rope right here, and I'm balancing with my weight like a gymnast under the ceiling of circus. So you balance on the tightrope of time. That's where it at. So, and in this particular take, I'm gonna go for paradiddles with legs and hands. But because I have been developing this paradiddle technique based on Steve Gadd technique, and I'm using his lower body position right now. He sits lower usually, and I'm getting actually more and more comfortable with this finally. For many years I was playing this system, but I was sitting up high with flat drums, which gave me some observation, but I just couldn't progress. I sound way off from the grid of the tunes, even though it was fun. Moment I start watching more and more again Steve Gadd and the way he set up his drums, he is not very tall, but also his drum setup. Tom-toms, it's on his eyesight level. He barely can see him behind tom-toms. And snare drum, his chest level. And I said, wait a second, well, let me start tweaking my system. So gradually, within the past 6 months, I shifted it from, you can watch my videos, I shifted from flat and being like all straight up and doing this kind of thing, which is, you know, lots of people do, straight back and balancing act. It's everybody can approach balancing act differently. But I couldn't get a feel and synchronization and even tone from the drums. And I felt off, couldn't move further. Moment I start angling and sit down a little bit lower and remove my backrest, but relaxing my back, but playing with much traditional grip, and also reversing my hands in combinations. Boom! I start evolving much more towards musical side. So now I'm confident. I sit down behind it, and it will sound reasonable every time I play. And that's what we want, stability in our action and art and life. So let's go with the flow. After this one, it will be a series of music from internet, which I will play as long as my phone is charged. So paradiddle. a second. Sorry about that. I forgot my camera because I'm preparing some video. I need to put camera on top, so I'll have video of YouTube, internet, and also my GoPro. So it's gonna go to Mr. Don Familaro, who contacted me, and he wants to see what I'm up to. So that's gonna be demonstration of simple paradiddle mode technique, which I'm applying to every possible sound behind this drum set in slow motion. Ever try to do slow motion? Spend like at least 5 minutes walking or talking like this? It's very difficult, and that's what the experience of sound surfing is. You start slow, and then you can fractalize it and get any kind of textures matched perfectly this time. So I'll be right back. Let me grab my camera. Here it is. All right, so let's go for it. All right. One more time, I gotta record this. that was not bad. Next one. I'm gonna do a couple more and then go do my business of the day. So the most difficult thing is to reverse the beat and make it sound natural. So let's do this during that performance. Woo. Bless me. Okay. This is my secret sound. right where it ends. Carbon-based life form. I'm risking right now. I have my channel blocked.
Right dissolution paints away vivid gray. Follow that alluring path and take the leap. Right where it here they come, twilight times. Prepare yourself for the fall. Let dark light ease the impact and take the leap. Right where it ends.
Epic.
Dissolution paints away vivid gray.
Man, I have to stop.
Follow that alluring path and take the leap. Right where it ends. Here they come, twilight times.
Okay.
Prepare yourself for the fall. Let dark
Just in case I'm gonna have it stopped. It's been 220, 320 minutes. So let's stop it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. So basically that's what quantum drumming is, and much traditional grip. I'm creating new way to deliver a bunch of ideas I have in development, and also they would not matter if they would not work. For me as a drummer, for me as a musician and composer, for me as a human. So it's a process of creating music, exercising, losing weight, keeping yourself in shape, all inside of your own apartment, on quiet drum kit. So, and it's all acoustic environment plus some electronic sounds. Thank you for watching. My name is Sandram Livecat, and that's broadcast for today. Please comment, share with your friends, like this video. It will help me a lot to keep moving, to help myself, help you to be better musicians and healthier musicians. Take care.